Here we have some Taxa de Plata, Romania stamps. Kind of neat, kind of different, that's for sure. You'll find this video very different. Here we have a set of 4, 1 leu. Now you have it in black and white, with white being the background. But in this one, the black is kind of the background and it's with the crown. So 1 and 2 here both have crowns. Very nice, very beautiful. Okay, and then you go into the 2 li, a 3 li, a 5 bana, bani, and a 20 bani. Now this next row, they're kind of tinted in green. It's like a light minty green. You have a 2 bani, a 5 bani. This one's minted, but the background was a little different. A 10. Still minty look. It's the paper behind it, I believe. And a 20. Alright, and this last row is a little bit different too. Here we have a 5. Then we have a 10. And we go into a 20. You can see everything so much clearer with the 20. Okay, this says assistant. That's not what this one says. This one's different. This vibe's different than the other ones. Huh. Almost thought it was the same. The 10. Then the 20. And the 50. Beautiful design. And this one's completely different. This is a 10. Alright, hope you've enjoyed my bringing these to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and we'll bring you some more. Bye-bye now. Here we're bringing you some of the great old USA stamps. Some are not so old, some are very interesting, some are unique. Let's start with this one here. That's a 50-cent one. Kind of just curled up right there. It's all there, just curled up a little bit. Okay, then we have our 2-cent one. St. Petersburg, Florida. But you can see that 2-cent. Look at that. That's a good old one right there. Okay, and then we have the Buffalo, 30 cents. Okay, and here we have our 3-cent Roosevelt. Here's a 6 cents. An Appeal to Heaven. Okay, and we have our 3-cent right here. It's a nice one. And we have a 5-cent blue. Right here we have a 1-cent green. So here's a 5-cent blue. And we have our 10-cent here. 6 cents orange, Garfield. And we have our 3 cents here. Our 3 men. And this one, kind of yellow, it's kind of hard to see in a way. 1748 to 1976, I believe. It's a 13 cents. But look at that yellow. More will live, the more you give. Heart Fun. 13-cent stamp. Okay, then we have a 3 cent here. 1701 to 1951. Another 3 cent right here. American Chemical Society. 1876 to 1951. 3 cents. Here's our postage due. It's a 2 cents. There's US in the 2 upper right hand corners. Well, upper and left. U in one corner, S in the other one. We have our 11-cent In God We Trust Liberty stamp in red. And we have that 1 cent green, US postage. Of course we had the blue, 5 cent one right above it. They were kind of together. And we have one of our old 1 cent ones. Definitely seen its better days, but it's still an old vintage one. And we have Save Our Air, 6 cents. And we have a 1 cent here. Washington in green. Range Conservation stamp, 4 cent stamp. And then here we have our 3 cent stamp. Alright, so we have some rather interesting ones here. So be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and we'll bring you some more. Hope you enjoy it. Be sure to share with others. Bye-bye now. Okay, here we have some Italian postage stamp. This one here is very interesting. Look at that. Just think of the process to make this one, because first you had to print it out with the beautiful bluish design, and then you had to put it back through printing and make sure it's the right way for the red. So this is very, very different. I really like this stamp. Alright, now in this collection we also have some beautiful Christmas stamps from Italian. Look at that one. L.25, Baby Jesus. And look at that one. L.20. Beautiful colors. Beautiful stamps. All right, there's Mary with the birth of Jesus. Look at that one. Beautiful stamp. All right, then we have some that's not quite as old. This one here is a 15. This one's a 50. Look at this one. Very light pink. It's a 50. The men on the horses, like they're charging. (1870 to 1970). And we have this one here. 1948 to 1968. Okay, then we have a 5. Now we're starting to get into the older ones here. 5 plus. Look at this one. Can't quite see what the number is. You know, the value of the stamp. This one's a 20. That one, I think, I don't know. Just a cent. Maybe it's just a 1 cent. If you know anything about this one, please leave it in a comment. Very nice stamp, very distinguished looking. Okay, then we have our 20. And a 25. Armed Forces. And the one we brought to you at the very beginning that just looks so amazing. And this one's rather interesting too. 20 cent. Have to look at the picture beyond the picture. Okay, then we got this one, 125. There's another one that's just 10 cents. There's a 10 in this corner. Oh yeah, I could see in the other one there, right up there. That's a 75 right there. I was looking for the value on the other side. That one has 75. Alright. See, so this one here helped me to find what the other one was. Same fella. Okay, and here we have a 20. Designed differently. Here we have a 50. This one looks rather old, doesn't it? Okay. Oh, it's a 5 cent. It's a 5, so this is a rather older one. Okay, then we have the 75. And we have the 10. Then we have a 20 here. Alright, so I think the interesting one is this one right here. If you know more about this one, be sure to leave it in a comment. I'd like to know the year of this one. This is curiosity on this one here. Alright, I hope you've enjoyed my bringing these to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and if you wish, you can always fan fund me. That's that right upper hand little eye. That way I can find some more of these great finds and bring them all to you in video form. Alright, bye-bye now. Here we have some old, and some are very rare, turkey stamps. Okay, this one's very interesting. So let me take you through them all. They're all stamped on these papers, and I won't take them off. So you'll see some of them may be upside down. Okay, here we have a 6. 1880 to 1938. Here we have a 7.5. Look at that picture, isn't that something? To be able to do the plate to make the postage stamps with someone in that particular pose. Because it's not like today, take a picture and run it through. It was make the plate for it. 7.5. And this one. Unreal, look at that. Not only is the design unreal, but look at the blue writing on it. If you know anything about this one, go ahead and leave a comment, because this is different. Very different. And it would help everybody else who's looking at it to understand. To understand the design and understand the blue writing on it too. Okay, then we have this one here. 2.5. Can you imagine having a stamp 2.5? The architect of an old building. Okay, and of course we have the one we brought to you at the very beginning, which I find very interesting. It's only a 5. And here we have a 10. Look at that. Isn't that a beautiful view of the mountain with all the buildings going up? Very nicely designed stamp. This one says 1939 on it. It's a 6 cents. It's always nice to see the post office stamp the year on it. That helps you to know what time in history the stamp was made. Here we have a 13. Here's a 15. Here we have a 10, a ship on the water. And look at this one. This looks like a nice old one, huh? It's a 1943. Oh, it's not a ship. It's a building with all the flags. 6 1/4. I don't know how they get these 1/4. How can you give 1/4 of a penny, or, you know, they have halves and 1/4. It's all the way the money was back then. This is a really nice stamp. Look at all the flags and everything. 1943. Alright, here's a plain one with 20. Flying plane. Can you imagine making the plate and to have the plane running like that? The propellers going? Wow. But look at the architect of the land. It's all about history. Okay, now this one's upside down. Not taking it off. Turn the camera all around. Yay, there you go. Alright, now let's take you back around here. Where was we? Oh, we was there. Okay. And this one here. $25. Beautiful architect. Look at that. Look at them pillars, huh? Really nice. Okay. So, the one, that one, that's a 20. And then we have a 2. That one there is upside down. And the 2 is right side. This is with the star and it's yellow. Okay, the 2 and the 3. Very nice. Let me turn that around so you can see it the right way. See the amazing things you can do. Now I gotta find it. Doop-de-doo, right here. There we go. This one's a 20. It has a star on it. Alright. Okay, and then the 2. Look at that. Now that. I think that's a very rare stamp. There's a 2, and there's a 3. Okay, then we have 2 here that is stamped with 20. Okay, then we get into this one here. Now this one's the right way. This one's 20. I don't know how to remove stamps, so I'm not going to remove them. But the next 2 are upside down, so let's turn the camera around. Oops, 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 oops. Really took it out. Touched the wrong thing. Okay, where am I? Right here. Alright, there's your 10. Yeah, because the other one was the 20 that way. Here's the 10. Now you can see it the right side. Got all that blue written on top of it, huh? But these are really tiny little stamps. So I'm thinking these might be really rare. And here's a 30. Awful small. Simple, but small. Alright. Well, let's turn this back around here. Alright, so you had a few interesting ones right here. Out of this group. Well, I still wonder about, oh, which one? This one right here. Wonder about that one. Alright, hope you've enjoyed my bringing these to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and if you wish, you can always fan find me, which is that upper right hand little eye, so that I can find some more of these great finds here and bring them right to you in video form. Alright, bye-bye now. Here we are bringing you some old and rare Romania postage stamps. If you notice, this one says 1866 to 1906. This is a 1B. This one also had to be printed, go through the printer twice. One to get the brown, and then one to get the picture, which is a black and white picture. Look at that. Isn't that unique? So let's look at some of the other older ones that we have in this video. Okay, we'll start right there with the 5. Look at the architect of the building. Isn't that cool? And to be able to put that on a plate to make stamps. Here we have a 15. We have a 25. Here we have a 1. Nice to see just a couple of birds flying with the view of up in the air with the plane. Really cool. Oh, we got a blue jay right outside the window. Here's a 160. Very old paper. Here we have a 25. And look at these two. Very old and simple. One's a 5 and one's a 10. Very nice. Good condition. 5 looks unused. Then of course the one we brought you at the very beginning, that is very nice. Definitely a rare one. Okay, then this one here is also a very interesting one. Look how that one also had to be printed twice. One for the brown. I mean, look at the architect of that and how to design the plate. Because back then, that's how it was done. They made a plate and then they ran it through. But look at that. Had to make 2 plates, really. One to put the picture in and one for the rest of the design. Very nice. A lot of historical value in these two here. Very nice. Okay, then we have this one here, which is a 2. Not so old. Another 2. Very nice. You got the phone, you got everything in there. We have a 3. These two are the same fella. One's a 3 and one's a 6. One's kind of reddish. The other one brown. They have the different tones of the color in there. It's kind of cool. Okay, then we have a 1. The same picture with a 2. And here we have a 6. Just kind of like that other one that was a 2 up there. And we have a 2. (1932), I believe, is the date printed on there by the post office. And this one here is just old. Can't quite see the date of printing. And then this one here. 55. Alright, so the two amazing ones are really these two right here out of this group that I believe are very rare and old. So if you know, please leave it in a comment. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and we'll bring you some more. You can always fan find me, that's that little eye in the upper right hand corner, so I can find some more of these great finds and bring them all to you in video form. Alright? Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, here we have some very interesting old and rare postage stamps. Look at that. The pictures kind of stick right out like a 3D type thing on these two stamps. Very nice. They are in good condition and stuff. Alright, let me show you a few that might be interesting and rare too in this group here. Start with this one right here on top. Look at that. Isn't that something? It's an official stamp. Very old. And this next one here. If you know the year of these two, please leave it in a comment. Help us out here to kind of see what era in our history that these were made. Okay, then this one here. This one I had to turn around a few times to try to figure out which way it went, because the writing's that way. It's a 1/4. Very different. I do believe this is the way. Look at the architect of this. The design. Can you imagine making the plate for that? Very interesting. I tried to check the date, but you can't really tell. So if you know what year this one's from, let us know. Okay, then we have a 3F here. Look at that. That's written underneath the flag. I mean the wing of the plane. Different design for sure. Okay, then we have a 15F. Morocco stamp. Oh, this one here. Oh, that's a 10. I see this one had to be printed twice. Once for the red, and then had it go back through again in order to get the blue of the sail. So that's double printing. And look at this one. Look at the color combination in there, huh? CCP. That's a 10. And here we have a 20. These two are very interesting. Okay, then we have this one, a 40. Look at that. Look at all the metals on there. Very interesting. 1918 to 1958. Then this one's so cute. It's a 3. Year of the squirrel, huh? Okay, then we have this one. Now I don't see an amount on this one. Oh yeah, right there, 50. Right hand bottom. Very nice. Okay, and we have here a 5. And this little Morocco one here, a 10. Interesting for sure. And of course the 2 that we just showed you at the very beginning. One's a 1 and the other one's a 2. Heligoland. Very nice. It's just neat how the picture just sticks right out. And look how many times it had to be printed, you know, because you have first that stuck out, and then you have the green, then you have to have the red. On the other one you start with the red, then you go to the black. Very nice. Okay, then we have a 180 here. And we have a 50C. This one's not quite as old. And right here, 15M. And this one's a 30. And this one here, there's two of them. OF40. Alright, so I hope you've enjoyed my bringing these to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and if you wish, you may always fan find me so I can find some more of these great finds and bring it all to you in video form. That's that eye that's in the upper right hand corner. Aren't those neat? Between that one and the ones at the very beginning, these two. I think those are the more interesting rare ones out of this group. Alright. Bye-bye now. Alright, here we have a few Iran old postage stamps. This one I think is the most interesting one out of them all. It's a 10. Had to be double printed because you can see how you got the pink and then you had to have the picture in green. So that's when it's passed through twice. Alright, let me show you what else we have from Iran. Okay, we have this 8R. And this one here, 2R. 10R. Look at this one with the plane and everything. It's a nice one, isn't it? Okay, along with the other one here. These are both together. And we have this one here, the 1R. Along with that is a 25D and another 25D. So those three are all together in one slip. And the one we brought you at the very beginning. Very nice one. We have this one here, 10R. With a 5R. And then a 10R. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed my bringing you this one. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and we'll bring you some more. Bye-bye now. Here we have some interesting Belgian old vintage postage stamps. The one I find most interesting are these two here, because this is an 1890 or 1898, not quite sure. And the other one right beside it, this blue one here, is a 1907. Alright, let's show you what we have here. All the beautiful dates and stuff. This one here, you can clearly see 1928. It's a .10. This one here, .20. The next one says 1931, which is the 0.40. And we have this interesting fella. Neat, ain't he? Kind of cute, different. That's for sure. There's some good story behind that one for sure. Okay, then we have a 50F. $7FR. Working on the railroad there. Then here we have a 1F. And this one here says 1948. And one that we brought you at the very beginning, our 1898, I would believe. 1890 something, that's for sure. Then we have our 1907. And 1947, the ship on the water. And here we have a 3F15. And a 1920 something. It's a 1 cent, 1C. And right beside it we have the 2C. And we have this 1. Look at that picture. Back then they used to have to make plates in order to make the stamps. Look at the architectural design of this. Okay, then we have a 10. Then we have a 3C. This is a, looks like a 770. And this is a 75. Look at this one. This one's in yellow. A 25. Alright. Hope you've enjoyed my bringing these to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and we'll bring you some more. Now you can always fund me if you wish, so I can bring some more of these to you. That's that little eye in the upper right hand corner. Alright, bye-bye now. Okay, today we have some old USA stamps. Now this one here is the most interesting one out of this one. It's U.S. inter-revenue, but it's the date. It's November 13th, and it looks like 1885, if you look closely at it. See the 1, the 8, then it looks like another 8 and a 5, right underneath the 13th. Alright, so that looks like the most interesting one. I hope you think so too. But let me show you what else we have in this video. Okay, first we have the 2 postage due. We have the 3, if you notice it's a deeper red, kind of burgundy look. And then we have the 5. And here we have the 1 cent, stamped IR on it. Another 1 cent. We have a 2 cents. And another 2 cent. Just different design on it, if you notice. Okay. Then off to the second one. Here's a 3. Kind of like a faded purple, maybe a little bit on the black side, depending on how you look at it. Okay, and then a 1. And of course the interesting one we had at the very beginning. And a 2 cent. Look at the sideburns, huh? Another 2 cent. Well, it's a half cent, not a 2 cent. This one's a half a cent. And a 4. And a 5. And we have a 6 cents. They have the wings and everything, and then an airplane with a stamp on it. That makes it kind of unique, really. Airmail. They use an airplane. Stamp right on it to show that it's been used. Okay, then we have this 3 cent. Beautiful train. Look at that. Rail transportation. Celebration of its 125 years. Really nice one. And a 17 cent. And 8 cents. And a 7 cents. Then we go to some documents. Here's a $1 document, $1 document. We have a 1 cent document. Can you imagine have a document just for 1 cent? Nicely designed. Okay, this one's also a document. 50 cents. Stock transfer. But way back then, 50 cents was a lot of money. Has US in the upper corners. The left upper is a U, the right upper is a S, and the I at the bottom left, and an R at the right bottom. This one too has that. It's a 10 cent one. Document. Alright, so some pretty cool little document ones there. But of course the stamp that I think is the most interesting out of this one is this one right here. So be sure to sub me, join me as a friend as we travel around the world through vintage and rare postage stamps. Bye-bye now. Alright, today we're visiting Romania. So these stamps pretty much are all from the early 1900s. Pretty much look like they're all the same fella, but that's for the professionals to determine. So let me take you through what we have in this collection. Here we have the 1, another 1, another 1, one, black and white. I like the design. Look at all that fanciness in the design around the picture. And the pillar on the left-hand side. Really pretty. Here's another one. A little different design on it. Just like this too. And the two with the pillar. And another two. Okay. And we go to a 3. Another 3. Black and white 3. Brown one. And we go to a 5. Black and white 5. Green 5. Now look at this 5. Look at the difference in the paper. I don't know if you collectors recognize that, if that means anything, if it brings more value, because that's definitely a different paper. Almost looks like a brown paper bag kind of paper. So I just want to make sure that you take notice to the difference in that one. Very different. Okay. And this one here has a 1918 stamped on it. For 5. 750. 10. Another 10. Another 10. And we're getting into 15. Change the design a little bit different. That 15. And we got a 25. Another 25. Look at the different shades of blue instead of being just one color. They added different shades of blue. And a 30 in purple. This one's rather unique. Very different on it. Design's different. And this one here is a 1913. And a 1922. Okay. So other than this one here, having the 1918 and fancy design writing, I do believe that the most interesting one out of this one will be this one, because of the difference in the paper. So if this means something to collectors, by all means, please leave a comment. Let us know about it. Definitely different in the design, you know, compared to the other 5. Pretty much the same design on it, but all the differences in the paper. Alright, hope you've enjoyed my bringing this to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and we'll travel around the world through old and rare postage stamps. Bye-bye now. Okay, today we have some Oriental stamps to show you. So there's some, you know, that are marked different than what the value was. You know, like this one has 300 marked on it, and then it was marked in red for $50 when it was 300, you know, or like this one, $500 to $5, you know, or it looks like a 20 for 15. They're all marked, well, not all of them, but a lot of them are That one's actually the right. 2 for 2. But, you know, a lot of them are of different value. This one's a 1 when it was a 2. So, let's take you through all of them. First we have these here. Aren't they beautiful? Nicely designed. Have it in a black and white. Not sure what the value is. 8. Oh, okay, I see on the very side. That's a 4. And this green one is an 8. Okay. This was a 2, now a 1. This was 300, now 50. 500, turn 5. This one looks like it was a 20, turn 15. $2, turn $2. Yay, the right value. Okay, and here we have a 45. This gives you an idea of the architect of the land. This one is, I have no idea. Very different. I don't see a number, but it's in Korean or Japanese or something. Don't know what it is. So if you do, be sure to leave it in a comment. Share with the rest of us. Very different stamp. Look at the edges and everything. Very unique looking stamp. Just might fall under a rare one, huh? Different, that's for sure. Okay, this one's $200. 1.5. A 2.5, but then stamp 10. This one, oh, this one was a 30, and it's marked 1/2. So you see a lot of their stamps got changed. There's a 1 that ended up at $10. That's a different, usually it's lower than what the number is. This one here is higher. This one became $10. So it worked opposite. Then we have a few of these great big long ones. An 8, a 10, and another 8. Show you the design closely. $19.79 that one says. Alright, then let's go to this one here. It's $1. Look at that design, isn't that different? Very unique looking. And we have 100. We have an 80. We have this one. Okay, then we have this. T7. $5 one, a 10 yen, an 8, oh no, this is a 20, and this is a $2. Alright, so Other than some of these all being different value than what they're originally meant to be, I think maybe this one here is the most interesting out of them all. Alright, be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, as we travel around the world with rare and old postage stamps. Bye-bye now. Alright, here is a Rockefeller. It says purchased in Rockefeller Center. So it says Rockefeller Center Stamp Shop. So the question is this a stamp or not? Rockefeller Center Stamp Shop. There's no price on it, so you wouldn't think it is a stamp, but yet it is from a stamp shop. So what really is it? And can anyone tell me the year? If you know, please leave it in a comment. I just find it to be a very interesting stamp-looking stamp. Looks like a stamp, but is it?